Hey everyone, this is Steel Griever. I got another Wi-Fi battle here with Gary from the Serebii Chat room. I lead off with, of course, Celebi. He leads off with a Metagross. I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks here. I thought about going for the Earth Power, but I figured he would just explode instead of his rocks before, so I just went for the rocks. I go for the Earth Power here after I have my rocks up, since that's what Celebi does best. She sets up rocks and then does some damage. It does a little over half, and he goes for the Meteor Mash, which is going to break my Sash, which is alright. Um, I'm trying not to over predict here, because I haven't seen any of his team, so I just go for the Earth Power again, and he goes into a Flygon. So that was a good prediction on his part. It's going to resist because of Levitate. So then he just goes for a U-turn, and that's going to take out my Celebi with his Choice Band Flygon, being times 4 weakness. So he then sends back out his Metagross, and I believe I send out. Um, who do I send out? I can't even remember who I send out. Oh yeah, I send out a Lucario, and I'm going to go for the Aura Sphere because I know Metagrosses are physically bulky, not specially defensive bulky. So with a super effect or with being specs and stab and all that good stuff, it's going to do a lot of damage. He then goes out into his Flygon, and I know he's going to go for the Earthquake trying to do it, so I switch out into my Suicune, who I know can easily take an Earthquake from a Choice Band Flygon. Like I said, he goes for the Earthquake, and it's going to do a little bit over half, I think, almost half. So I go for the Ice Beam here on his switch. He goes into Gengar, and I'm thinking, oh crap, this is going to be pretty bad because it's going to outspeed a lot of my Pokemon. So I go for the Ice Beam. It does some damage to the Gengar. I get some leftover damage, and I'm trying to figure out what kind it is. So I leave Suicune in. He goes for the Thunderbolt, and because this is a special defense variant of Suicune, it takes it pretty well, I think. And I'd go for the Surf, and I see the Life Orb damage after the T-Bolt. So after the Life Orb damage and Stealth Rocks and the Ice Beam from the switch in, it's going to go down from the Surf. So that's pretty good. I got that Gengar out of the way. He then sends in Tyranitar, and I want to know if it's Scarf or Banded, so I leave my Suicune in as sort of as father, and he goes for the EQ. So it doesn't really tell me if he's Scarfed or Banded, because if he was running any speed EVs, he would have outran me. So then I bring out Heracross, and I go for the close combat, knowing it'll do a lot of damage to a lot of his team. And he switches out into Breloom, which is a good switch, but because of Heracross's high attack and stab and close combat and everything, and being neutral damage to Breloom, and Breloom's pretty poor defense, it's going to take out that Breloom one shot, so that's really good. So you couldn't Spore and set up and do a lot of damage to my team. He then brings out his Scizor, and after the minus defense, I don't think I can take a Bullet Punch, so I switch out into my Empoleon, who I know could easily take a Banded Bullet Punch. And you're going to find out that in this fight, Empoleon makes up for the last fight where he got screwed over with the specs. So he goes for the Bullet Punch, and I only take about 30 damage from that. And I know he's going to switch out with the Banded Scizor, so I set up my Sword Dance on that switch. And so that's going to sharply raise Empoleon's attack by 2 stages. And this is a bulky Sword Dance priority Empoleon. So I go for the Aqua Jet, being it has stab and sword dance, and it's the only way I'll be faster than the Flygon. He goes for the Earthquake, and I'm so happy I run the Smogon bulky version, because Empoleon lives with 11 HP. That's how beastly Empoleon is. And I get some leftover health, so that's really good. And he knows that the Aqua Jet will be a 2K hit, but now with Turret activated, it'll be even more. So I go for the Aqua Jet on again. And he switches out into a Scizor. With Turret activated, it does a lot of damage to that Scizor. So now I know he's going to go for the Bullet Punch, because that's the only way he'll be able to kill me. So he goes for the bullet punch, but because of his high resistance, I live with 11 HP again, and I'm gonna Aqua Jet and finish that thing off with and turret and stab and everything. So Empoleon's really making up for the last fight where he got tricked to specs. He then sends out Tyranitar, and it's going to take a little bit more Stealth Rock damage. I'm going to go for the Aqua Jet again, and to show how beastly Sword Dance Empoleon is, it's going to take out that Tyranitar as well. So now all he has left is Flygon, and after Stealth Rocks and how much damage Aqua Jet did for him last time, it's going to easily take out that Flygon. So I just got a Sword Dance and Empoleon sweep. Definitely made up for his last fight. He really showed his stuff. So that was a good game with, again, Gary from the Serebii chat room. I'll see you guys all later. Take care.